What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another video of, or another episode of Thoughts and Divine Wisdom. Okay. Today, I wanted to talk about the difference between your life task and your divine mission. There's a difference in the two. Okay? Your life task is something that it's the first phase of your class. As you are growing and expressing yourself and you doing the things that you're doing and you're becoming the person that you are, there are things in your spirit or soul that you must learn the lesson of. Okay, in this task and everything, know that everybody's life task is different. Know that everybody, each person's task is different. So it may be similar to some people, but but overall it's a different, task that they have to do. And each person must do it for themselves. This is the first part of what everybody must do in order to, move forward in class. Okay? And this is the thing that most people slip up on because they come here with the mindset of excuse me, sorry. They come here on earth with the mindset of, oh, I'm just living, I'm just here. And who they conjure up and who they become is who they are. That's it. And yeah, they'll learn moral life lessons along the way, but they never truly tackle the life lessons of themselves, the life lessons that of within. Like, for example, some people's problem is being a socialite, being popular and cool, and that's what they always have done. No matter how much time they've been here, that's who they are. Or some people's obstacle is alcohol. Some people's obstacles is deception. Some people's, life task could be about, deceiving or lying. Some people's life task is about them understanding themselves. So, the list can go on and on and on and on and on. So, when it comes down to it, people have their life tasks they must fulfill and do. Okay? Along that way, along that way, your life task nobody said the journey was going to be easy. Some things will be easy, but especially with those core things that you really got to work on, those things are not going to be easy. It's going to take time. It's going to take mental focus, time to really sit down. And the thing that most people hate, like I've said before, is they hate looking at themselves. When they look into that proverbial mirror, it's hard to do. Because you can lie to anybody, but you can't lie to yourself. So when you are working on yourself, you got to be true to yourself. You have to have acknowledgement to yourself. And you also have to have accountability. You have to accept accountability to yourself. Some people want to stay in a delusion and pretend like everything is fine. So they never fulfill the life task. And like I was laughing about yesterday, that's why some people, They have to come back here over and over and over again. Because they never, it's almost like the class clown in class, but it's life. So since they played around, they have to come back and do the grade again. Real talk. Okay. So, but let's, for the sake of this conversation, let's move forward as if you accomplished your life task. Okay, so as you fulfill your life task, as you do the things that we've been talking about, I've been talking about on these videos, looking within, putting down their identity, doing the shadow work, completing the life task, and all these different things to move forward. Only then can you start seeking answers spiritually for your divine mission. Okay, your divine mission is also a task, but it is a task that you were called for to do on the earth. Now, most people believe that this task is, go around and spread the gospel. No, them days is over. The apostles did all that already, and the people who followed the apostles, they did all that already. Everybody in every corner of the world know about the Bible. That's not everybody's divine mission. So if you're thinking that's what you're supposed to do, no, it's not. No, it's not. Some people, it might be. But if you are assuming this is what you're going to have to do, no, that's not what it is. Each person has something each person has something that they are bringing to the table, because spiritually they are very good at, and only the divine spirit can see this thing that this person is good at, whether they know about it or they don't know about it. So when it comes to it, once you get to that point where you're ready for the divine mission, you spiritually hearing that, okay, I'm ready, I've passed my, daily task, my life task. The divine will bestow upon you certain things that you're going to need to fulfill your divine mission. Excuse me. Some of it will be knowledge. To some it will be, wit. To some it will be even, okay, we're going to bring you a certain amount of money because you're going to need this in order to fulfill this. Okay, so like I was saying yesterday, some people mess up on is they'll actually look in the next person lane instead of focusing on themselves. So what they end up doing is they moving forward, but instead of them focusing on themselves, they looking into the next person lane like, why they get all that? Now they going back into what they learned with the identity. I gotta compete so I can get what he got. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. It is not about competing. It is not about trying to up the person beside you to show that you're better. No, your divine mission is meant for you. And it's not meant for anybody else. It's not meant for anybody else. So if you are still in the mindset of competing, then you totally missed the lesson with the identity altogether. So are you really ready? I think not. Okay. So, with your divine mission, it could be, as far as how long it takes or whatever, is from what I feel spiritually and what I've seen and what I hear, it could be a lifetime. Not from the standpoint of you getting there, but I mean it's in your essence. It's what you're going to be doing for the remainder of your life, for what you're going to be doing. Kind of like Mother Teresa somewhat. She wanted to take care of people because she cared about people that much, and that's what she did when she when she got to her divine mission. That's what she chose to, that's what she was assigned to do. And she did it for 40, 50 years. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be going by way of Mother Teresa, but it's a good example of what how your divine mission works. The good thing about the divine mission is it's your passion. Not your earth passion, basketball, football, rap. No. It's your passion. It's your passion that you want to give back to the world. It's your passion that you want to bring forth to people, to change lives, to help people, to do things like that. That's what it's all about, not the life career that you created. It's not being an actor or an actress or athlete or something like that, or a musician. Now, am I saying that it in some cases it won't be those things? No, I'm not saying that it will never be those things, but based on your soul, based on your spirit, that's what's being used. And the funny thing about the soul and the spirit is the soul and the spirit know who you truly are more than you. The soul and spirit, no, the spirit and the soul know who you truly are more than you. That's right. It knows more than you. Knows you more than you. So it could be something that you never thought you was going to be doing. It could be something that you never even contemplated doing. It could be something, it could be that. But only the soul knows the truth and the spirit knows the truth. Because those two things are divine altogether. But what one must do is you must submit yourself to your divine spirit and to your the divine soul, which is within you. And that's how you find answers. That's how you find answers and use discernment and use your intuition. See, if you've been on this path and you're wise enough to see certain things, and you can put two and two together based on the wisdom you know and the things you've seen. So as soon as you see certain things, like, oh, I already know what it is. That is part of your intuition. The wisdom that has been bestowed upon you, the things that you have seen through experience and went through, also are part of your intuition. Also, too, the thing in the heart, your heart. Have you ever heard that statement? My heart ain't never lied to me. I have. The heart has never ever lied to me. And even when I forsake it, in the end I was like, man, I should have listened to the heart, man. Oh, I should have listened. It's because the heart never ever lies. See, a man's words can mean anything. But what's connected to his heart is also connected to his actions. And they never ever lie. And this is why the Bible says, if you want to know who a person is, watch the fruit that they bear. The actions. If it's good fruit, it's going to show itself. If it's bad fruit, it's also going to show itself. But if the tree just told you, hey, I bear fruit, don't believe it. Wait to see what it actually bears. That's what that means. Okay, so these things are things that we all must do. It ain't gonna be a one-person mission as far as one person only get a mission. No, you have to do the life task first. Do the shadow work. Put down the identity in order to get to your divine mission. That's the truth. And that's for every person. That's for every person on this earth. They all have to do the same thing. Okay? But the thing that I wanted to also talk about was this right here. Along the way, we call them haters and, oh, they don't like me, or, oh, this person did this, or, oh, I got backstabbed, or whatever. Those people are, the people who did you wrong, the people who stabbed you in the back, family and friends, all those different things. Those people are considered people who tried to keep you in the box and wouldn't let you be you. So you had to force yourself to fit in this box in order to be accepted, whether it's family or friends or society or whatever. These people are called karmic people. Now, most people think that karmic is bad. No, karmic is basically people who were in your life that either had to show you something about yourself. That's why they are there. You were getting picked on? It was showing you something about who you were. Yeah, I'm not saying the picked on was right. I'm saying that it had to show you who you were. Somebody was lying and deceiving and doing all those jacked up things. They were showing you who you were. And all these things that they were showing you were life tasks, life lessons that you had to learn. Be with somebody who's promiscuous, that's showing you who you are while they're doing it. All these things, like anything that you name that has happened, family belittling you, family, doing, talking down to you, all these different things, never being heard, never being seen, all these things show you who you are. And that's what those karmic people show you. Now, some karmic people are good people. They're there to show you good things at that season in life. But most of them are, and then there's some that most of them are really negative because they don't know themselves. And since they don't know themselves, and you at a certain frequency where you at, or you doing what you trying to do, they end up hating on you because they can't understand you. So here comes the karmic stuff coming, the karmic lessons. But with that being said, it's really about you learning the lesson. Now that you went through this karmic situation, you know this. You know these type of people. You know what they do. You know what a backstabbing feels like. You know what being cheated on feels like. You know what being belittled feels like. You know when you are being swindled feels like. You know what, all these things feel like from the standpoint of going through them. Now, some people don't get it the first time around, or the second, or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth. Some people, they have to go through it over and over until it sinks in, until that repentant stage, like I said yesterday about repenting. And when you finally get it in the heart, like, oh, I finally got it now. I know, I ain't putting up with that crap no more. So when you hold on. So, when you are basically, when you finally get it, you get it. And notice when you finally get it, if it happened again, you know how to execute yourself in that situation. You know how to execute what you need to do because you already been through it. You finally got the lesson and you ain't putting up with it no more. So when you see it again, it's like, oh, nope, I don't think so. Nope, not me. So these people that you see, these people that you have encountered in your life throughout your whole life are considered karmic people. These people are there. It's easy to say that's the op. It's easy to say, oh man, they did me wrong. It's easy to say, oh, they don't like me, or whatever the case is. It's easy to say all that. But instead of looking at it like they're the enemy or the bully or the, whatever, look at it like it's a learning lesson. Look at it like it's a learning lesson. And once you learn the learning lesson, you then don't have to worry. Once you officially learn the lesson, it doesn't affect you anymore. After going through that learning lesson, and you truly understand it, you truly acknowledge it, you truly know what has happened, and you know that, okay, I got it. So if you remember what I was talking about, the furnace. if you took all the fire, which are the karmic people giving it to you, and looked at each of those situations as learning lessons, you would have became the diamond a lot sooner than later. Yes, you would have became the diamond a lot sooner than later if you would have took that approach. See, I can say this now because it took me 48 years, man. But when I look at it now, in wisdom and older, and being more wise and being more, I'm like, man, if I would have had this mindset back then, man, I would have freaking got it a long time ago. But because we're dealing with feelings, because we're dealing with emotions, because we're dealing with innocence, because we're dealing with all these life things that's on your plate, some lessons are harder than others. Because you are naive, all these things on your plate, you trying to learn this lesson with all these things on your plate. It's hard. But I'm thankful to make it to my age, and now I can look back and be like, okay, I did a lot of good things, I did a lot of bad things, but I paid for the bad things, and for the good things, I look into it and learn those lessons as well as the bad things. Now I can sit here and be like, okay, I am spiritually whole. It doesn't bother me. Now, I'm human. I have emotions now. But the way that I stand now, it is almost to the sense of ascending past the life. And this is probably the reason why when you are ascending and you are overcoming the obstacles and learning the lessons, notice how the things you relate to, you don't relate to anymore. When you get around old friends talking the same crap they've been talking, it don't even interest you anymore. When you go around to certain places, it's not as stimulating as it was anymore. Because you've ascended past those frequencies, that life. So you don't have to worry about it no more. Okay? But let me say this, and this is important. Okay, we just talking. I'm talking right now. I mean, I kind of veered off the path, and we just sitting here talking. But just know that all the opposition and all the people who is going up against you, and all the people for some reason wanting to hate on you, and all the people who have some issue with you for no reason, that means society, family, and friends. If they wasn't there, okay, hold on, gotta adjust right quick. If you don't see them, if you don't have people not liking you, or people trying to take you down, or people trying to do the things that you're doing, the people trying to expose your name or smear your name, or trying to do all these negative things as you on your walk. If you don't see that, it means that you are not a threat. That also tells you that your path, you're not on your right path. There's certain things that you need to fix. That's what it's saying. If you don't have people and obstacles and things hindering you as you are walking forward, that's telling the divine ethos that's telling the divine ethos that you're not a threat and nobody is threatening you. No spirits, no haters, no nothing. That means that you are not a threat and you are living on the surface. You are, as is what they call, you are a surface dweller. You're not a threat to no one around you. That's what that means. And that shows that, okay, obviously you're not doing something right. Because on the flip side, if you were doing everything the right way and learning the lessons and walking and taking the higher route and doing all these things, living is what you call the divine spirit and the higher divine conscience leading the flesh. If you're living that way, oh, you best believe you're going to have opposition. You're going to have you're going to be like you. You're going to have family going against you. Like, why? You're going to be like, why? Where you come from? You're going to have family going against you and going to be surprised who it is. It's going to be what Christ said. You know, daughter against mother, son against father. You're going to have parents and family. You're going to have siblings. And you're going to be, and as you walk in that path, I'm going to cut some light on. As you walk in that path, in the back, and it's 10 of wands. So much that you walking with, and you sitting there, you just moving. It's like you're the wounded warrior, going through everything, right? When you see all these things, even people that you don't even know starting stuff with you for no reason, and you walking and you enduring and you keep going, and you like, yo, my mom just turned against me for no reason, my brothers, my family, my friends who I thought was cool with me turned against me. I went to the store, and the lady at the store, I asked her, hey, can I get this? She talked to me with an attitude like she known me for a decade. Like she was ready to fight. That, when you get that type of opposition, you are on the right path. You're on the right path. You are on the right path. That is the narrow gate that Christ was talking about. Because evil is not going to see a person as a threat if you're not doing anything right to be a threat. But evil, or dark entities, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and Yes, that's true. See, in this is a side note. Yes, that's true. In your local church, they don't preach none of that. They preach, oh, God to take care of everything. All the while, half of them is in some damn cult and shit like that. You can't figure out why stuff be happening to you whenever you get stuff, or whenever stuff when you're trying to get stuff going. Half of them is in fraternities and sororities. Oh, I know you didn't get that one. Half of them is in fraternities and sororities. Half of them, some of them is Masons. And you think, oh, that's just a group they joined. Nah. They know about dark magic. They know about hexes and curses and voodoo and hoodoo and all that stuff. Walks mean something. Having certain stuff on means something. Doing certain things. All that. That's why Ice Cube, a couple years ago, and it was a very profound statement when he said what he said. Ice Cube is a rapper, if whoever's looking at this don't know. But he said, and he was talking to a cohort of black people. And he made a statement online. He said, be careful of the people who claim they are black when they are really Greek. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, that was oh, yeah, I get it. He didn't have to say nothing else. I already knew exactly what he was talking about. He said, be careful of the people who say they are black but are really Greek. Very powerful statement at that particular, conversation piece that he was going on. I was like, man, yes, I get it. And as you move forward in this path, you're going to start recognizing and acknowledging certain people for who they are. And you may not have all the written down answers, but your spirit, your heart will never ever lie to you. My whole life, my family is a loving family, but there's a dark side to my family. Some people in my family know about voodoo, where to go, pennies in jars, burying it over here, burying it over there, bone and put it in the corner of the yard and all that crap. My whole life growing up, I didn't see it, but I heard about it. And to a kid growing up, it's like, oh, that's crazy. Okay. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. But as you get older, that verse in Ephesians becomes bigger. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities. That. So it makes sense. And you think that, oh, that's just a group. That's the Delta Phi Deltas, and that's the Qs, and that's the Zetas. Because you mesmerized by the dancing. You mesmerized by the colors and what they're doing and everything else. All at the same time, you don't know all the stuff they was taught. The steps and the checkerboard floors and all this stuff they learning as they becoming this thing. It all means something spiritually. It all does something spiritually. Fraternities, sororities, Masons. And you always looked at the stuff as, oh, it's just a group. No, it ain't just a group. It ain't just a group. It's more than just a group. It's more than that. Okay? So, if you on the right path and you have a lot of haters and people and a lot of people, family, friends, and society going against you, and you have dark entities, things that normally don't happen is happening and stuff like that, you're on the right path. Now, what you need to do is you need to focus on the divine spirit. And as the stuff happens and the stuff is gets going, ask him for protection. Ask the divine spirit for protection as you move forward. Because if we don't know any better, or if some people don't know, but some people's hatred becomes so hateful to where they don't like, they hate is so big because of what you're doing, they are ready to hurt you, or even worse. Or even worse. Yeah, there's stories in the life. Look what happened. One of the first stories in the Bible, Cain and Abel. That's hate. He hated the fact that his brother put his all in his stock and gave his first offering to the divine spirit. He slew his brother. He killed his brother. All because of hate. See, we talk about hate today like, oh, they just hating on me. They haters, la la la. But what you don't realize is some people hate to a point where they're willing to hurt you and your family because of what you're becoming. They're willing to hurt your kids just to bring you down in frequency. Real talk. They're willing to form groups of people. They will find other people that also hate you for no reason. They click up and try to gang stalk you and hurt your reputation, hurt you as a person, hurt your family. She try to get you fired for no reason. All that. Yeah, that's right. You got people out here that will do that to you. All because they don't like where you going. Or, oh, your glow up is actually, you got a bigger glow up than them. Or you're shining brighter than them, and they don't like that. So they're going to do everything in their power to try to bring you down. When they see they can't bring you down, guess what? The hate don't go away. It gets greater. I can't stand this person. To the point where they trying to hurt your kids just to get close to you, just to get at you. They trying to hurt family members just to try to get at you. They got a group calling your job just to try to get you fired. All because of hate. all because of your progression. Real talk. But anyways, man, I hope this resonates with y'all. Hopefully this brings more people and we can have this conversation. One day I would like to start conversations about, different things, or even start a live. But until then, that's a possibility. It's only a possibility. But I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody to coming to Thoughts and Divine Wisdom. Now, I say this every video. Like I said, if you like how I'm talking, if you're feeling what I'm doing, if you agree to a lot of the things that I'm saying, or if you have any questions on anything that I've said in any of my videos, really, feel free to email me at thoughts, the symbol, and divinewisdom@gmail.com. I will read it, acknowledge it, and we can talk about it. Now, if I talk about it, I'm not going to put your name on it. I'm not going to do anything like that. The person who's listening, they're going to know it's them, and that's good enough. But to have a conversation about it, talk about it, and bringing it to the front, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I will not include your name. I will not include any personal information, just the conversation itself. Okay? And when I'm doing the conversation, I'm gonna, I'm respectful. I'm not, you've seen a lot of the YouTube videos and TikToks. Somebody says something mean, and the video or the content creator is just going all in like he's DMX. You said, nah, there's no need to do all that. I have the frame of mind and the perspective to look at things in a certain way. If a person is angry at me, I look at it for what it is. Most of the time, it's really all about a lack of understanding. See, that's what the journey taught me. Instead of, getting angry, like, what? What did you say? Nah. A lack of understanding is what it is. And if I can give understanding, then I'll give it. If that's not good enough, then, oh well, there ain't nothing I can do. What else you want me to say to you? I can't say nothing else. So, I want to thank you guys. We're wrapping up another video, okay? I want to thank you. Remember, hit up my email, thoughts, symbol, and divinewisdom@gmail.com. If you have any questions, or you want me to help with a certain obstacle that you're going through on your journey, feel free to email me. Until then, you guys stay blessed, like the best, like the specialist. Okay. All right. So, talk to y'all later. I'm going to go ahead and get something to eat. Holla at y'all. Okay.